Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to the Grit and Valor demo. It is effectively an alt history World War II, but there's mechs, and it's a roguelike. It's a tactical roguelike, and that's really all I know about it, but it looks really cool. I usually don't touch games that are at all historical just because they bore me, but mechs very much kind of overcome that.
1949. World War II rages on. The evil Axis forces have destroyed Europe with their legion of giant mechs. Most of the Allied forces have been defeated. The few survivors have been pushed back to the North Atlantic. The Axis death squads hunt down the remaining civilians, forcing any survivors into labor camps deep underground. But hope remains. A small group of allies have regrouped off the coast of Scotland and prepare their captured mechs for a deadly mission. Their plan is to travel deep into enemy territory and detonate an EMP in the Axis HQ, known as Machine Tower. The explosion will disable all Axis mech production and take down their communications. This elite squad is known as the Resistance, and they are the last hope to save the world.
Okay, thinking about it, the reason why I actually need to write this down, the reason why I do not like historical games in general is because there's no fantasy to it, there's no imagining this other world, and it actually makes it difficult for me to get immersed in it because I live in that world. It's hard to get more immersed in it than I already am, and it's hard to get more excited about it because it already happened, question mark? But how would I describe it? Red Alert 1 and especially 2 ruins modern and like real life style games. How would I describe it? I want to play a game that is so committed to being an alternate history that it is functionally its own world. Sure, it might have the same states and whatnot, but like the divergences are just so stark and notable, and you know, you have Mecha, Mount Rushmore and stuff like that. Like things that would never happen in our world, let me get immersed in that kind of thing. Anyway, that's why I think mechs suddenly make it a little bit more exciting for me. Welcome to the training grounds. Okay, so this is a tutorial mission. Okay, so now that I'm out of the tutorial and I kind of know what I'm doing, let's see how this goes. So, very interesting game, to say the least. Let's see what I can do with this. Cover matters a lot, as does the weapon triangle. So fire is good against explosives, reasonably okay at fire. You know what, actually, explosives are probably just going to maybe outrange me? And bullets are also good against fire, so we should have my other units down here. We do want to do a bunch of damage with my fire mech. Here, I'm actually going to move this guy up. Yeah, explosives are good against bullets, so as long as we don't keep our ballistics too close, we're fine. And yeah, we've already got the bonus objective, which gets us money, which we need. You know what? I'm actually going to put them up here for the moment. Are they landing up high? It's so hard to tell. Okay, they're not. Get toasted. Oh, nope. Oh, that's bad. And my command vehicle cannot be repaired. Okay. Bring you here. But bring him over. It looks like it's just a box of troopers. Should be fine. I just have to be very careful with my command ship. Keeps messing with me. I keep expecting fire to be the one that's good against explosives, but no, it's the other way around, of course. I don't know, I was just thinking, like, set fire to an explosive, it goes off, right? No.
The enemy is weakening. Yes, Commander. Acknowledged.
Bring this over here, but I don't think it's going to do me much good. Unfortunately, the unit pathing's a little awkward. They will take some weird routes. Not really that big of a deal. Oh, interesting. My... Oop. No! Well, that was a lot of damage. Item selected, and I tried clicking off. I'm so used to right-clicking to have a unit move. Doesn't work that way. Ballistic mechs attacks do extra damage. Inflict ruptured. Makes enemies take damage when moving. It's not a bad idea. I don't know. It's going to take me a little bit of getting used to with the controls here. And also, we have radio towers captured. Alright. Ooh, that armor. Lost a lot of it there. So once again, guns are good against fire. Fire is good against explosives. Oh, no, fire is good against explosives. But yeah, notice how my mech had to do like a big loop-de-loo. Oh. What are they doing? I think they're trying to hit my command walker, but it wasn't working. Unfortunately, cover is kind of in short supply in this. Which makes it a bit tougher. Guess I'll move it over there. But yeah, explosives are good against bullets and take extra damage from fire. No, we should probably actually swap these. Move a bit closer. I don't know. Oh, and we've already captured the radio tower, so I should probably move. Cap the other one. Let's see. Move these over. We can repair them momentarily. Oh, my mechs are so slow. But it's maybe probably fine. Okay, it's fire. Move these here, keep my explosives away from it. Ain't gonna work, they're going the wrong direction. I really wish my mechs would shoot as they move. I was hoping they'd go this direction, but they decided against doing that. Right, let's go back. Final wave. There we go, that should work. Might as well use the jump, get some bonus objective money. Fire mechs have increased fire rate, inflict exposed is not a bad idea. When your fire mechs do critical damage, they heal. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. The only immediate problem is the effect isn't very good, but whatever. So obtain enhancement, or get 75 black coins. Oh, just money. Come across a family seeking shelter. They appear to be carrying some kind of old war relic with them. Let's obtain the enhancement. So we take a little bit of damage, but maybe it's fine. What's the enhancement? Oh, is it flame ignition? Ah, fire mechs attacks do damage and inflict burn. So we get damage over time. I'll take it. The rarity wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but it's fine. So we can get extra reward rarity for an advanced combat. Sure. Right. Where are they going to end up in this? Oh, they're gonna land directly on top of my mech. That sucks. Or my command center. It's fine. We can repair it. We have the technology and the resources and the... What is it? It's fire. No, 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 no. Bullets good against fire. Let's just have fire in front. Because they're going to be shooting at the fire mech anyway. Combo the two of them together, and you effectively get fire tanking.
Yes, Commander. Acknowledged. Relocating. Yes, Commander. Acknowledged.
Okay, let's just get him behind cover at this point. I just wanted him to tank any potential hits. While we get the rest of this sorted.
Get ready for enemy's orders.
Okay. Bullets and fire. Oh, you kidding me? Well, at least their dudes immediately spawn in fire zone. Okay, just move these over here. I think we're good. Mostly not. Oh, please land in the fire again. Well, no, they have to walk through the fire. I thank Winston Churchill that the Axis are just run by a bunch of morons. Yeah, they're doing cross-bombing patterns to hit me. But the beauty part is, they seem to be pretty effective at hitting, they seem pretty effective at just hitting themselves, mostly. Cover's holding, not super duper well, but better than most. I don't think we get cover on this one. I could jump on them. But we outranged them. I wonder if you can get like a sniper mech. That'd be lovely. Explosive mech is in cover, damage increased. Explosive mech is on high ground, ability recharge is quickened. Or explosive mech is stationary, increased damage. Let's just do probably cover. I don't know how abilities work. I'm assuming these are charges. And so I want to be a little bit stingy with them. Okay, let's just move here. We've taken enough damage that this is probably worth it. Okay, explosives and fire. Okay, let's just move away. There we go. So what's my bonus objective? Explosive kills. Not exactly my favorite positioning here. And the other problem is, of course, my machine gunner is going to get the kill. Or get a lot of the kills. I guess I should give it the opportunity. Yeah, it doesn't lead to shots, which is the problem. Yeah, it's critical damage. Oh, no, 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 no. How could they shoot from there? Well, that sucks. This went very poorly for me. Let's go down here. Down? Yeah, down. Okay, can this thing actually hit from here? It can, actually. No. Unfortunately, I was expecting slightly better line of sight than I got. Okay, we got it. So far, so something. And we do get the ability to repair immediately after this. I wish I didn't have to. That was such a mistake. Explosive mech is in cover. No. Oh. When your explosive mech does critical damage, they have a chance to execute an enemy. I like it, but I'd rather go for the higher rarities if I can. Okay. So extra charges for our pilot abilities. Quality of one of your enhancements at random. 20% to all mechs in squad. Well, that's not what I was hoping for. Well, let's get the extra charges, but I really needed a heal on my combat mech. Alright, whatever. Now, unfortunately, this is the exact kind of game that I really wish had an active pause. The ability to just be like, oh shit, I'm being slightly overwhelmed. I think part of the problem is I'm also kind of sleepy, which is not doing me a whole lot of favors. My insomnia has come back in a kind of brutal way, and so my reaction speed is a little bad. Also, would love to see some level of, like, deployable emplacement kind of deals for this. I think that would actually be an incredible option. Move past that. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're just going to take some damage in this. No, you... Goobs. Go for another heal. Just line up, doesn't matter. I definitely would like to increase the range on a lot of my abilities. Like, if I could give one of these mechs just, like, one more tile of range, it would change a lot of my strats. Ow.
Enemy incoming, Commander. Acknowledged. Ready for orders.
I guess I do actually have some cover here that I can scoot him into. I think it's her actually piloting it.
Clear the area and complete your objective. Ready for orders.
The one thing to also remember is that my fire vehicle has a self-repair. There we go.
Last wave incoming.
Final wave. Increasing some speed would also go very far here. Okay, keep him there. There's nothing that my fire guy is weak to, at least. At least not so far. There we go. Got the bonus objective. Chance to ruptured. Ballistic mechs below 50% health have increased damage resistance, increased fire rate, and inflict suppressed. See, the problem is, like, this is only a 10% upgrade. Going from rare to legendary is literally no different from me picking up a common upgrade. I guess I'm just gonna go for the extra damage. What is this? Elite combat. I don't know. What does not kill me only makes me stronger or something. Looks like it's another defend the tents mission. I'm just gonna park this right smack dab in the center and we're just gonna try and make it work. Yeah, I might as well hit their self-repair. Okay, it's not perfect. But all we have to do is just survive. Okay, bullets. Don't bring fire. Why does it always take the longest way around? Is that the longest way around? Maybe it isn't. Oh, you know what I do have? Not bad, except for the fact that that might have blown or did some damage to my... Okay, we don't want bullets here. Yeah, we just want to put that on the opposite side every single time. So far, so decent. Yeah, I'll use my abilities. I actually... Ooh. This might be an elite. Okay. Shut them down, bunch of bullets. They're hitting the tents, though, which is actually great for me. Next wave. Next wave? Oh, no. You know what? I'm actually going to put my fire mech a bit closer. In case one of these is spawning up here. It is. Wait. No. 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 Mech jet.
Look out, you're taking critical damage.
It's hitting my thing. This is why I wish there's an active pause. Because, they were hitting my tent. Whatever, we've got meta progression. We got some other things and I won't screw up again. So we can increase damage. Oh, just flat damage. Additional charges for their abilities. Yeah, damage by 20%. Those are going to be... Wait, range by a tile. I was begging for that. Unfortunately, it's expensive. Also, immune to damage while repairing. Huh, that is a good ability. What else do we have? Valor Chair. High ground advantage, +1 power. This is the meta progression system. So... Ooh, and they come in rarities, too. Unfortunately, we don't have enough resources for much. So we could do, like, extra power, extra repair, extra damage... Or high ground damage. Why would I ever go for high ground damage over... Yeah, I have no idea. I think I might want to save up for the greens, to be honest. So mech yard. Here's the other question. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, they get abilities based on how much power you've put in. So we also have slots for cockpit, weapon, engine, legs. Unavailable in demo. Damn. I do actually like this meta progression system. It seems pretty good. The main question is, what do I save up for? I invested 1 into heal for her because she's got the self-heal, which is good, but I think the best possible thing I could get for all of these characters is just the range upgrade. But that's boring. So we'll just get some damage on the one guy. Junkyard shop. We'll do a little bit here. Wait, what? Okay. I must have accidentally hit start campaign. Yeah, there's also a bunch of different campaigns that you could do. So British Isles, Scandinavia, Western Europe, and New Germany. I'm assuming it's kind of a slow campaign. Let's see. So we could also swap who's piloting what. I still think her being the fire... I think this is still kind of the best. Putting mech jet on the fire mech might not be a bad idea, just so we can traverse the environment faster, but eh. Okay, so do a bunch of damage with explosive class units. That's reasonably easy. And yeah, we can just shred through them. So I might as well talk some basic impressions so far. One thing I don't like about this already, I do not like this upgrade system. I actually think it's very weak. It's... okay, maybe not very weak. I think it is serviceable but boring. Is what I would describe it as. I like the status effects. I like the damage bonuses. I wish there were actually equipable tokens or something that had more of an interesting interaction between them. Let's see. They're going to be landing right here. It's explosive. Unfortunately, there's no good cover, so I kind of have to just, like, deal. Let's see. But a lot of them are just really basic percentile damage bonuses, with maybe a status effect attached. Maybe something unique, but rarely. And that feels very unsatisfying, kind of from a build crafting perspective, that you're almost kind of incentivized to hard focus on one unit almost and make it like machine god than spreading out. Maybe, maybe not. That's it's hard to tell. But that there's no real excitement for what build I'm pursuing, rather than just like, oh, you know, I got enough legendary upgrades to do well on this one, or hey, we got some good meta progression. This one especially feels really bad to me. Like, the ability recharge would make sense if the abilities actually had, were just purely cooldown based, but the fact that they have a limited number of charges actively means that I do not want to use my abilities, and I think that's actually kind of a mistake. I would much rather it be a long cooldown. In fact, I would actually give a lot of these mechs cooldown so they can only use like an ability every couple of waves, use it or lose it, so you're actually using them as opposed to hoarding them like a crazy person. And maybe this is just me with Elixir Syndrome, but it's one of those where it is unsatisfying having a limited resource like that. I'd much rather have, like, a limited repair supply, so that, like, maybe at the beginning of every battle my mechs heal X amount, you know, X amount of, like, a percentage of how much armor they have and bonus armor they might also have from, like, equipment and whatnot. But that depletes slowly over time, so you have to just find more. Or just say, no, it's actually just another upgrade here. You know, you can get something that increases the amount of healing your home base mech, or your command mech, or command vehicle provides. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like the chance to execute enemies. I could see that being okay. Let's go this direction. I don't know, the upgrade system doesn't inspire a whole lot of, like, creativity and play, is my main thing I'm stuck on. That every single run is going to functionally feel like the same run as the last one, with minor differences. Here's a question, can I actually capture one of these towers with one of my other mechs. I can! Oh, that's actually really helpful. I was just assuming the command mech had to be the one to do it. Unfortunately, the tutorial bugged out on me, so I didn't actually get the, like, here's how you do objectives, tutorial, which is very funny. Yeah, you can actually see line of sight. No. Unfortunately, cover is also really awkward. I really wish things like this also provided cover. That there's a lot of spaces where you could actually do interesting cover shooting, but you were entirely reliant on these like, kind of awkwardly placed barricades that may or may not actually provide a tactical benefit. And so it makes it a little bit, different, difficult to actually use this as like a tactical cover shooter. And I think that's like vaguely fine that the barricades aren't great, but I'd love to be able to place down a couple. I think that's it. I would rather have placeable barricades be the consumable items. Give me a bunch of cool tools that I can toss down periodically. If it feels like a mission might need it. Like if there's a really good choke point that I want to work around or work with or defend. Or if it feels like I'm going to get overwhelmed, you know, maybe give me or maybe let me actually summon some extra dummy mechs or some partisans or something. You know, a little bit of extra like, hey, here's actually a really helpful boost. For this mission only, because it's the only time I'm going to be able to use it, but like, this is the time. While your fire mechs are on high ground, their movement speed is increased. I like the idea of this, but it's so situational and awkward. If this is just a flat 20% movement boost to a mech at all times, I think I'd be down for it, but instead it's like... How would I describe this? There's no build crafting with that. It's nice, but... Okay. Either it should affect all of my mechs. Like if all of my mechs had a 10 to 20% movement speed boost on high ground, I would consider it. But since it's only the fire mech, it feels unsatisfying. It doesn't really help much. I'm not always in, you know, high ground, and it's not a DPS advantage at all. So it just feels kind of flat and boring. Whereas this one, like here, increase damage and inflict burn. There's also Renewing Blaze, which is good, but not as amazing just because. Okay, mechs heal. Nah. Upgrade equipment. So now it's 20% damage and burn. But I don't know if the burn damage increases because it doesn't say. It's fine. Fuel. And so, like, I really wish some of... Well, no. I think this entire upgrade system dearly needs, like, a fairly comprehensive overhaul. Oh, beans. Just to make it much more exciting than it is at the moment. Because I think no matter what, it's always going to feel just a little bit flat whenever I get a new upgrade option. Because it's just going to feel like, oh, it's, you know, a small boost. Okay, good. Didn't get bombed. Oh, you should not be there. I was too distracted about avoiding the bomb spots. I like the bombs. I actually wish I could summon my own every once in a while, just kind of like a periodic, like, hey, drop a line on some enemies. Kind of like the landmines. I actually do not mind the landmine ability. I just wish that was something that was ensconced as just like a permanent, or not a permanent upgrade, a one-time boost. Also, why does the fuel go back down? I'm actually really curious about that. Oh, why are you there? It took so much damage. Yeah, because I just wanted to get the fuel, but I just was distractible. There's too many moving parts. And so it's messing with me a little bit. Okay, we got it. We got the fuel. I'm gonna just park all of my units kind of over in this area, because we now only have to do a little bit of repositioning. I say as we immediately... You suck. Okay. Let's do some landmines right there. Well, it's already goofed. I just... Yeah, unfortunately, this is very much a, like, pat your head. Ooh. At least these are kind of good. Explosive mechs deal critical damage. They have a chance to instantly execute the ability. Or an enemy. There's also, like, tagged. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go for the tagged. The execute is interesting, but I'd rather it be not just against the things that... Not just for critical damage? Okay, this business again. Unfortunately, this is also going to be one of those games that's a little bit difficult to give, like, critical analysis of, because... well, I mean... Me being a little tired and easily distracted at the moment makes it extremely, difficult to, like, pay attention to every single thing. Maybe not pat your head, rub your stomach. It's why can't I carry all of these limes? I know that's, like, kind of an old meme at this point, but there are a lot of games, real-time games, that especially make me feel that way. Ones that end up being more complex and frustrating than they need to be, just because there's no way for me to even slow them down a little bit. And then I can quickly feel, you know, like I'm not really in control of the situation anymore. And it's fine. Oh, wait. We shouldn't be doing this. Nope. 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 I didn't even know where I told him to go. It's fine. As long as he's not in the firing zone, it's okay. Looks like it's all fire. Delivered the fuel, so we can just go back there. Alright. We've got something, and I can heal, and I've got abilities if need be. I think we're okay. Like, I'm getting better at this. It's just like one moment's distraction loses you the mission because, oops, I wasn't paying attention where my command vehicle was. I think I will actually also stand by. I don't actually like the command vehicle that much. I understand that it's... the mechs are actually supposed to be kind of the stars of the stars of the show. The mechs aren't supposed to just be that killable. But it does feel a little bit... disappointing. It's a little frustrating having this thing that is functionally... I hate the fact that right-click... Oh, we burned it to death. I hate the fact that right-click is not move. I wonder if there's actually a way for me to reconfigure that. We are for sure not wielding our units correctly, but that's fine. No. Landmines. No. Why? Why could it shoot from there? The lines of sight in this game are throwing me. Ruptured. The problem with this one, with Ruptured, is that if my ballistic mech is shooting something, my enemy is probably shooting them back and does not move. I like the idea of Ruptured, but the actual execution is eh. Let's just go for the chance to get an extra hit doing critical damage. Let's see, and probably go to the repairs. Guess I'm just going to improve one of my enhancements. What did it get? Okay, so fire went up by 5% damage. Like, I was hoping I'd be able to heal my command mech more than anything else, but alas. Okay, defend the resistance safe house. Well, that does make this a bit more practical.
Yes, Commander. Enemy incoming. Acknowledged. Relocating.
Does it? Actually, that makes this really awkward. In like a bad way.
Acknowledged. Ready for orders. Moving out. Yes, Commander.
Because there's no cover. So my mechs are almost going to have to just eat the damage here.
Moving out. The Axis forces are afoot.
This is why I wish I could have mobile cover to just plunk down. And I could just skip the bonus objective, but that also feels bad. At least that extra fire rate, I think, does make my artillery mech fairly good.
Acknowledged. Relocating. Ready for orders.
This is probably gonna... Like, why can I not stand in this building and gain cover?
Yes, Commander. Ready for orders.
No, wrong one.
We're taking critical damage.
There we go.
Agents as you wish.
Don't be there. Probably also heal this guy. He's been taking some damage. Damage.
Enemy spotted. Ready. As you wish.
Move over here. That's bullets.
Acknowledged. Relocating.
And the problem is, like, I can't hide behind cover because they're just going to shoot the resistance house.
Ready for orders.
I think we do have kind of enough abilities. I say that. I'm not sure if I actually fully believe it. So far, so good. The burn is decent. I think in retrospect, I don't dig it that deeply. Ouch. Just because most enemies need to be killed quickly and a damage over time doesn't feel
Incoming. Yes, Commander. Acknowledged.
particularly pivotal for that kind of thing.
Ready for orders. Moving out. Ready for orders.
Okay, so landmines did end up helping. Not the way that I meant, but that's okay. Yeah, I might want to see if I can get my fire mech the ability to heal when doing critical damage. Well, it's there. It's just very weak. Enemy mechs kill an enemy affected by burn, gain damage for a short time. So many of these are so situational. I think it's kind of the killer part. And it's like, hey, increase the rarity for a 5% damage upgrade. I'm literally better off picking this one. I don't know, let's just go for the damage resistance and just... Okay, let's actually take a moment to heal. I know I'm picking a really hard mission. I'm mostly doing that in hopes that we get a lot of really good meta progression stuff. Okay, let's just loop that around. Mech's in a good spot. I think getting those range upgrades, expensive as they are going to be truly game-changing as far as getting this game to have the game feel I'm looking for, which I think is an issue with a lot of roguelikes in general, is that they are so reliant on meta progression being the soft difficulty curve that it can actually feel really bad to be somewhat on the receiving end of it. Oh, that's the wrong one. No! No! I swear I clicked it like 3 times, got the landmines. I guess I could... No, because I can't use the ability. Yeah, I like 1, 2, 3, and 4, but I actually wish Q, W, E, and R... Oh god, I'm not actually paying any attention to placement. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a repair after this. Move around, cover is meaningless. However, we no longer have to worry too deeply about anything. Let's just go up here. We're gonna get the high ground advantage. There's no cover. Okay, move closer. We're just gonna do another heal. Okay, good. Works on the diagonal. What? Where are you going? What? This isn't even the final wave. Okay, and they're just starting here. What do we think? Landing there? Kind of on the landmine. Okay, bring it back. I'll be there. At least the fire mech does plenty of damage regardless of the issues. Well, at least these are good. Actually, they're all of these are bad. Let's just do chance for critical damage, gain black coins, gain small amount of black coins. I could use a heal more than anything else. And let's skip the harder fights. I'm running out of resources.
Enemy incoming. Ready for orders. Coming out. Yes, Commander. Acknowledged.
I'm also like weirdly not okay with the weapon triangle. I think it makes sense. I think it just bugs me. For some reason, it keeps sliding off my memory. I think it's because I'm so used to the idea of fire being good against explosives. Wait, fire is good against explosives. God damn it. Yeah, I don't know why I'm second-guessing myself on this one. I keep thinking it's wrong. Explosives is good against ballistics. Fire... No! Why are you there? I didn't tell you to go there. Oh, because I keep... left-clicking to move. So much of this is just, my muscle memory's working against me. I'm making the wrong assumptions about how the game functions. And it's It's cooking me. I don't know if there's any other way for me to describe that. I was gonna use that as high ground with cover. Now they're using high ground and cover. Also, my ballistic mechs are just having, or is just having the worst time actually hitting anything. It is so scuffed. Oh, that's bad for me. And I can't do much about it. Yeah, sometimes you just have to take the hit. At least we got the explosive thing. I give up. Positioning is just not in the cards today. We just need to not die. Okay. Move you in. Not that cover ever seems to work out for me. It's always placed just wrong enough that I can't hide. It's fine. Hey, fire mechs heal when they inflict critical damage. Let's hope the final boss is something. Well, I have enough money that I can actually buy all of these. Right? Yeah. I don't think field repairs did anything for me, though, which is a little unfortunate. Okay, so what did we get? Demo Surge. Whenever you kill a tagged enemy, gain damage bonus. Alright, it's fine. Okay, kills with ballistic class units. I mean, this is the final boss, so who cares about bonus objectives that deeply? You know what? Actually, screw it. We're just gonna live up here. Actually, I should go over here. At least I don't seem to be getting bombed here. Never mind, there they come. But I want to be over on this one because it's got a little bit better line of sights towards things. Okay, move this over here. Yeah, my fire mech has plenty of its self-repairs left. No, 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 you. Okay, we got it. But it was awkward. Oh, no. The lack of a click and drag, I think, is also killing me a little bit. I would love to be able to click and drag and be like, hey, please, you know, just move over here a little bit. You know, actually, we might as well just start pre-baking some, back off, back off, back off. Thing has longer range than I do. Whatever. did take that fire damage. That sucks. All of this sucks. Okay, let's just pop the heal. No. Okay, final wave incoming. Get up close. The one problem with me being up here... No. Well... I was gonna move these guys somewhat tactically. It didn't pan out. Just not be there. Hello. I guess I'm just in the thick of it. It's fine. We're doing fine. We win. Oh, man. Alright. At least we get a holy shit. We get a ton of meta progression. And also it's giving me a bunch of things like, hey, this is going to be in the full game. So, despite my frustrations, I actually do like this. Oh, we also got a new character. Area of effect bonus. What? Is that all attacks? It might be. They don't get the extra range, but I could see that being absurd on the explosive mech. In fact, I could actually see that solving a lot of my issues with the explosive mech in general. So in that case, I'm going to put one more point into this guy's range. We're probably going to take Jan Noek out and eventually upgrade this guy. It's too late now. I'm not going to be doing another run. But, yeah, I mean, giving the ballistics mech 2 extra tiles of range is going to be insane. And then getting this guy with the area of effect and fire potentially on the explosive mech would also do a ton of good. Because one of the problems with the explosive mech shots is that it doesn't lead the shots at all. And I do actually think that's a problem. Because it can't hit moving targets and it's kind of sloppy as a result. But increasing its AoE by 1 would solve the problem. Anyway, despite my gripes on this one, I actually do like this game. I think the big issue is just that it has enough rough edges that I'm feeling a bit abrased. Namely, I do not like the upgrade system. I think it is very bad. I'm not even going to pull punches here. I think it is the lowest possible effort upgrade system I've seen in a roguelike. And I'm not saying that dismissively. I'm saying that that is a problem that needs to be fixed ASAP. It adds nothing to the game. It doesn't make it exciting. It doesn't make any run feel any different from the other ones. Like, oh, my mech does 20% more damage and makes an enemy burn. Cool. I don't notice that because they're already getting hit by a flamethrower and burned to death in 2 seconds anyway. I don't mind burn being a status effect, but the problem is with like burn and rupture and a couple of these other ones, they imply that the enemy is going to be alive for longer than a couple of seconds. This is not that kind of game. My fire mech isn't going to be able to set something on fire and then leave the area, giving it the chance to burn. It just doesn't happen. It's a couple of extra ticks of damage. I think that is good. I think the burn itself is fine, but it's not something I'm building towards because it's functionally meaningless. A 10% damage upgrade is probably the equivalent of whatever the damage that burn does. Rupture, on the other hand, is functionally useless. It might be a little bit better now that I've given my bullet mech some extra damage. You know, making the bullet mech, giving the bullet mech some extra range, would let it actually trigger rupture a little bit more, just because it outranges enemies by 2 tiles. But that also means that they're at most going to get 2 tiles worth of rupture damage, and unless that's actually a lot, there's not really a whole lot of reason to have rupture. I get the feeling the upgrade system was kind of inspired by Hades, but without like fully delving deep into why the Hades upgrade system works. And I'm actually going to go so far as to say that the Hades upgrade system is actually kind of, it's great and it's also bad. So many of the upgrades are purely just increasing your numbers by a little bit. And I think that's a mistake. Even with this one, if you noticed, I would go from like common to legendary rarity for a 5% damage boost, which was worse than getting a common upgrade. I think I would just do away with the current boost system in general. Just have a bunch of like very specific upgrades with weird or interesting effects. Yeah, I mean, just basically, hey, here's a legendary upgrade that gives you +1 AoE to all of your attacks. Do you want to put it on the flamethrower? Do you want to put it on the explosives? Or do you want to have explosive bullets? And all of a sudden that creates 3 different branches of kind of a build. And you're like, oh, okay. You know what? Yeah, my explosive mech has been getting the meat of the upgrades, and I want to give it a bit of AoE so it can actually hit moving targets. Or maybe there's another one that's like increased shot speed. That's only useful for the explosive mech, but boy is it useful. Or what's another one? Add a frontal shield. Your mech now has a recharging frontal shield that effectively is like cover but garbage, and it wards off maybe like 20-30 points of damage and then needs a whole wave to recharge. Little stuff like that instantly changes it. You know, what if it was one of those where like you get a couple of those upgrades that are kind of tank focused, and all of a sudden your flamethrower mech goes from being, you know, kind of your tank but not really, into a beast that can just ward off all hits. And you could also have various things like, hey, if like even upgrades for your command ship, like a legendary one that just gives it a slow heal over time, both for itself and all of the mechs around it. So, you know, maybe it's actually a good idea to just keep them together in this tight, easily hittable, but very healthy cluster. And that changes instantly how you play the game. And that could be it too, in general, with the command vehicle. What if some of the upgrades were like, hey, it has like a star pattern around it, you know, one tile or two tiles, like up, down, left, and right from it, get a 50% damage boost, or even 20%. It doesn't really matter. Whatever the numbers are, that can get balanced. But having those like emplacements around your command vehicle, maybe it's even one of those where you can get another upgrade that creates cover around it in various spots. Like if it moves, it constructs a temporary little like cover thing. And yeah, maybe it's worse than the cover that already exists in the game, but you could have it be where you're kind of incentivized to stick close to your command vehicle, not only because you want to keep it alive, but because it actually gives you meaningful combat boosts. And there are so many different potential options that you could add to this that we already kind of have. The junkyard shop, okay, really doesn't do too much. Like, okay, critical chance and extra health, that is good, I like that. Exposed chance, critical chance, like some of these are good. The movement speed on this is actually very good. I think the only immediate problem is I should have locked some of these. I mean, I guess I could buy it. But there's also no reason for me to want to buy anything like common or below, which I think might be a bit of a mistake. I don't know, I'll have to think about it. Are these both just... Oh, they're randomized. If they're going to be randomized like this, make it a freaking gacha system or something. Literally have it be, instead of even these fuel, like this scrap resource that you're bringing back with you, what if it was straight up just like you were getting loot boxes, and every single mission you complete, you get a common, uncommon, or rare loot box, or even like epic and legendary and whatnot. And you bring those back and you pop them open, and it's like, oh, cool, I got the really neat thing. And yeah, maybe there is a shop, or maybe there's some way to re-roll them, or maybe there's some way to like subvert that in some way, shape, or form. But if you're gonna have uncommons be so much better than commons, give me a way to turn my commons into uncommons, or subvert that in some way, shape, or form. Or to find a legendary. I don't know. Like, I think it's a fine system, and I like the mech building elements. I still don't feel like status effect chances exactly feel good to me, but that's something that still has potential. Okay, here's the question. This is at 4 power. Let's get in an engine and legs if I can. I just want to see what happens when I slap one of these out. So we can do mech trait. Well, at low health, if it kills an enemy, they're healed. Whoa, that's actually really good. Let's see, attacks do more damage the more health it has. More damage the more black coins you have. I don't like those, actually. This is something Rito and I have talked about in the past. Rito Retromation. Anything that scales off of how much money you have instantly forces you in a situation where you no longer want to spend money, and limits kind of what you do. How would I describe it? Well, it's kind of like consumables and whatnot, that you're afraid to, or you're incentivized to deny yourself a whole mechanic of the game just for a small power boost, and that feels weird and bad. Also, you're never going to get more than a 30% damage boost out of that, which is not very good. Last Siphon just seems absurdly good. I wonder, okay, here's a question. Oh, can I not unequip these? Apparently I can't. I was going to actually check to see if I could put them on these and see if there's different perks for each of these classes. I'd actually like to just be able to preview them for the sake of it. Okay, is there anything else to really say? No, not too much. I think there is an unbelievable amount of potential here. It looks great. It needs a couple of gameplay things. Namely, I would love to be able to... Well, I mean, I still feel like the activated abilities, its current incarnation is a mistake. I'd rather that every mech starts with a common activatable ability that triggers, you know, once a wave, once every 2 waves, once every 3 waves, something like that. Or maybe once per combat. And so it's not about resource, like being efficient with how you use your resources, but picking the most effective time to use those resources, and then scaling around that instead of some kind of scarcity system. The scarcity system means that you're very much kind of going boom and bust, and a lot of people, me included, are just gonna not use consumables unless they absolutely have to. And like, I think I actually did a fine job with the consumable usage in that last round there. I pretty much had nothing left by the end, and I don't feel like I don't think I was misusing them nor hoarding them too much, but it is one of those where it would have felt so much more satisfying if I was using my bullet mech's jump constantly. You know, it's kind of like okay, you know, I need to reposition here so I can get a good shot, or, you know, I want to squish a couple of these infantrymen, or, oh shoot, my command vehicle's taking some damage, and I'd like to get in there and stop them from doing that. And then also, even from the upgrade perspective, you could have random upgrades that either replace your activated ability or modify it. You know, the jump. What if you could double its range? What if you could give it a bigger AoE? What if you can give you a temp shield when you land, therefore you don't get smacked up as much from, you know, enemies in the area? There is so much potential just within these systems of making it a little bit deeper, making it a little bit fine-tuned, getting rid of just the percentile bonuses. I don't mind those occasionally, but if every upgrade is a percentile bonus, none of them stand out. But if you only get a damage boost once in a blue moon, then it's going to feel important. How would I describe it? It's like getting a magic mushroom in Binding of Isaac, and I'm admittedly coming from somewhat of a, like, Binding of Isaac has one of the better itemization systems I think I've ever seen in a roguelike, and it's like the roguelike, at least as far as modern ones go. But getting Magic Mushroom in Isaac, it's a 50% damage boost. Or is it double damage? It either increases your damage by 50% or 100%. And it's just a multiplier on top of everything else. Getting that, or one of the other rare damage multipliers, is incredible, because it suddenly takes all of those weak, not that useful damage boosts and makes them incredible. And even within that, when you're just starting out on like an Isaac run, you do what, 3 base damage? But if you get 1 or 2 damage ups, suddenly you're hitting for 5, and you're one-shotting enemies, and that feels so much better. But those aren't constant and aren't guaranteed, and so there's kind of that feeling of like, okay, well, I have a soy milk run, how do I balance this out? I'm just not going to get the damage, but maybe I can do something else to kind of make it work, or maybe I get lucky and I get, was it Libra that balances things out? I don't know, it doesn't matter. Roguelikes need that excitement value of, this is the thing that I want. This is the thing that helps me. And giving me enough choices to say like, hey, I want a damage up, a range up, a durability up, something like that. If you want to see an upgrade system like this one that works, I realize I've just been sitting here ranting for 10 minutes, but hey, I think it's important. Because I truly believe in this game and I want to see it succeed. And I don't want to just be like, hey, the upgrade system is bad, move on. I want to kind of disambiguate that. I actually wrote a big long blog post about upgrade systems in Bullet Heavens, and I think it applies here. I will actually just link it in the description below, just if people want to read it. Because there are upgrade systems like this that can work. Deep Rock Galactic Survivors has probably one of the better infinite scaling percentile-based upgrade systems in the genre for like Bullet Heaven roguelikes, But it is applicable here where a lot of the upgrades, yeah, are just flat damage. Some are flat crit, some are crit damage, some are range, some are fire rate, some are like durability and health, some are movement speed, mining speed, which doesn't really help here. But I mean, you could have something like, increases activation speed on secondary objectives so you can get it faster. And that even applies for like doing X amount of damage or getting X amount of kills. You could even have it boost that so you can get the secondary objectives done faster, or even beyond that. But the thing is, Deep Rock Galactic Survivors also has supply drops that come with some cool roguelike perk that is like a set item that very much can change your build, especially the crit items. And then it also has overclocks. When you get a weapon up to levels 6, 12, and 18, you get a mechanically important upgrade. It might add a status effect. It might make it bounce. It might make it destroy terrain. And having those set moments where you suddenly get a choice that isn't just just a percentile stat bonus, but you get something that actually changes how your character or your weapon or whatever functions, those feel impactful. I do feel like they're maybe a little bit repetitive, but that's a me thing specifically for Deep Rock Galactic Survivors. But it feels like there's a lot of options here that this game could follow. It's got such a good base. I think also other mechanically is just a little bit of like ease of use. I would love to have some level of like an active pause. I think an easy way to do it is actually have it be a power. Not like an optional one or anything like that, but it's just like you can press spacebar and you get about 10 seconds to give a couple of commands once per wave, or you get 10 seconds every 2 waves. Recharges really slowly, so you can't just abuse it constantly. But if enemies are coming from the wrong sides, your command vehicle is potentially going to be under fire, and a couple of bombers have come through, having just 10 seconds of slowdown, let me actually think and select the right unit to move to the right location would be game changing. And hell, you could have it be some kind of like headquarters upgrade here, and maybe that's even planned. But having a couple of those like small quality of life elements would be obscene. And you could make it one of those where like, well, no, actually, I wouldn't make it optional. That is a quality of life that would make this game infinitely more accessible to a lot of players that would normally bounce off of this due to that frustration, me included. And you could even have it being in the option of like, hey, is that active pause not good enough for you? Here's an accessibility option that gives the crab the gun. No, actually just lets you pause the game whenever you want for as long as you want, so you can pick and choose your orders precisely, definitively, and in a way that doesn't make you feel overly stressed. I don't know. I'm gonna repeat. I love the idea of this game. I want to see it succeed. It has so many good ideas and such a good foundation right now. It just is lacking some of the major things that would make it good. Or good to great, maybe. Because I think it's perfectly fine as it is, but it could be so much better with a bunch of tweaks. The other thing I would actually say is, I would love to see a version of this game, like just an alternate game mode that gets rid of all of the meta progression. It is just one campaign, maybe it's a little longer, maybe it's not, but you get all the meta progression stuff packed into one run. So you'll just like clear a mission, and you get a couple of attachments, and a roguelike upgrade, and maybe you get a resource to put into randomized or set perks into your commanding officers or pilots, stuff like that. There are a number of people out there who love meta progression in roguelikes, and there are a lot of people out there who absolutely hate it. And I think if this game really wants to straddle the line and capture both of those audiences, I think just having both built into the game as like here's just the roguelike mode, and then here's the regular roguelite mode, I think wouldn't be a bad idea. I'd still start with the roguelite, but I definitely know a lot of creators that are going to be way more interested in picking this game up if they can get a solid roguelike run in, well, if they can play a solid roguelike run as opposed to having meta progression, which instantly makes them just turn the game off. Anyway, I guess with all of that said, gosh, that was a lot, but I don't know. if you've never seen me before, I only do this for the games I like or I believe in. If I don't like the game, you don't see it. But I like this one. I want people to check it out because I think it is cool, but I also want the developers to get a lot of feedback, mine and yours included, and make this into actually something really special. Because I like the idea of something that is the equivalent of a light real-time Into the Breach, but slightly less puzzly and a little bit more just like fun tactical roguelike mechanics. And this feels like it could be it. It just needs a little bit more. Anyway, with all that said, I guess if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, and didn't mind the ramble at the end, then leave me a like, it helps more than you know, and if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.